approval.
Did everybody have a chance to look over the minutes from the May 27th meeting? Do we have any edits, adjustments? Do we have a motion?
Make a motion for minutes. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Public participation? No, nothing? No, okay. Just, we don't usually have audience. Okay. We have audience.
No, I'm just here, I'm impressed with what you all have been doing lately.
You're more than welcome.
Totally impressed.
Thanks for coming. All right, we'll go to the financial report. Do you have a chance to look over the financial report? Do we have any questions for Drew?
Nothing stood out to me.
Go to the director's report. Drew?
Just a couple quick updates. Main Street, I believe I sent that out. Applied to this special event use application for the 2021 Freedom Festival and all the 4th of July activities. We are working on finalizing the budget. Hope to have a final presentation. We will have a final presentation at the next meeting. Good news, we did receive notification unofficially that we received the U.S. Foundation soccer grant. However, we have not received the official notification, so we don't know any more details of how much or when we'll receive it or how it will work. But
That's great.
This is different than the Musco grant?
this is the Musco grant.
This is
It
the
was
Musco.
through the U.S. soccer.
Okay.
So our Musco representative was the one that notified us that we had paid. So Stan Hendricks with the Historical Society was going to be here tonight. If he could make it, I know he's working, but the Sweet Owls Albrocious memorabilia from Sweet Owls was donated to the Historical Society, and they thought that they would like to donate the old railroad lights that are out front of the store to the Parks Department, included the new park. Told Stan that the park board would be interested in that. He was going to give a little bit of a history and have some pictures of the presentation, but he obviously wasn't able to make it this evening. So I thought that might be cool to incorporate at the entrance, or maybe by or we're planning on doing like some type of plaque or something for Somerville, the original location. Let's see here, just other couple quick updates. We sending out an article we want to put out, will be sent to the newspaper next week, putting it on our website too, to kind of discuss the timeline of the pool, as well as we're still, goal is to have it open by Memorial Day of next year, as well as the new park timeline too, and also just make sure that people understand that the railroad bridge is separate from the park. It was not part of the original park plan, so it has no bearing on us moving forward with the development of the new community park whatsoever. So, but Chris Wilkinson and I think Matt Arndt have been working on running down some leads on the railroad bridge to see what we can do to see if we can't use it for access to the park.
Mostly Chris.
Mostly Chris. All right, we'll give Chris that. Chris gets over there again. So thanks to Chris for that. So I'll send those out to you guys most likely tomorrow to review over the weekend for any additional thoughts, input. And that's really all that I have for my report.
Thanks for taking the time to do that for the paper. Just, I think just a lot of not bad communication, just no communication, you know. We put a pretty heavy signal that we were gonna try to get pushed to be open this year, and then with COVID and everything that happened, and it
The
didn't happen.
delay of the vote.
And I think a lot of people who voted for it were, just looking for some information, so I think it's a great idea to do that, so I appreciate you stepping up and doing that.
And if I may, Jason, if that's all right with you, go ahead and jump to new business, new acquired
Yep.
facility.
Please.
Since we're talking about the pool right now, just, if you guys remember, Carruthers Construction Company was a construction manager at risk. They put the bids out, so they awarded bids. The bids do not go back to the park board individually. We've already awarded it to Carruthers. The first bid package was open today at 2 p.m. I did hear from our representative, who is Fritz Casper at Carruthers, and he said they received good bids on the demolition and excavation packages today. He will be running down, following up leads and verifying the stuff on their end tomorrow, and discussing our availability to start and completion, make sure it's within the schedule. And they are currently lining up their equipment and trailers, and we'll probably start to see delivery of materials and equipment trailers the week of the 4th of July.
Great.
So, and that is all I have for the pool update. The next packages are, and we did put this out in the local paper. We put it out on the city website. The next bid package, again, they'd be through Carruthers, but it's June 30th is the deadline, and that includes the fencing. Package 4 is pool construction. Package 4A is the decks, sidewalks, and other miscellaneous concrete. Package 4B is the slides. The next deadline then is July 1st at 2 p.m. and that would be the bath house renovation. Package 7 is domestic plumbing and HVAC, and package 8 is electrical. So any local contractors, encourage them to grab a copy of that bid package and submit it to Carruthers. So we have many local contractors working on the project as possible.
It's the first time we've done a project this big in a long time, and actually this big probably forever, right? Skate park was probably the last time that it was pieces. I know we talked about this, but when the bids actually came out, I was thrilled to see all of those broke out individually. So there was more opportunities for local contractors, maybe more, overall general contractors come in, if they did specifically one thing that they could, get their hands on it. So I'm glad that they did follow that lead and did it that way.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
New park amphitheater update?
Not a whole awful lot to report. Things are moving forward. We reported the last meeting, Billy Lowenstein, we had a meeting with Billy Lowenstein and our City Attorney Padriac. We discussed how it could work from the construction, what could be included, what couldn't be included, to funding, and then also how the lease would work between the park board and the amphitheater group that we would lease it out to. I'm not sure what their official name would be yet, but I know Billy was running down some stuff yet. Our city attorney was going to be looking at a agreement. We hope to have something to present to the board soon. Like to say next meeting, but it may be the following.
Okay. Does it still feel like it's going well? You feel good about it?
They do, yeah.
Okay. Good.
I would add just a little bit. I did shoot Billy a text right before the meeting to check on updates. He said that he's still waiting on IRS backlogs for the nonprofit paperwork to get processed. So he's just sitting on his hands for that right now. He said it's been about 2 months since that's been submitted. He did say, let's see, the architect should have him preliminary plans for review in the next couple of weeks.
Alright.
Good. And then, new business update on the community park?
Yeah, again, same as last meeting, we are ready to go with that. Vireo, all of their different subs that we're working on, from civils to everybody, we've got all of our permits, we reported at the last meeting. Last meeting, we were waiting on the DNR for the LWCF grant, which was $250,000 for the 2020 grant, and upwards of $300,000 for the 2021 grant. So it is over $500,000 in grant money. It is substantial, but just a quick kind of reminder of what happened and where we're at is that the DNR will not give us our grant money. We cannot go out to bid until we have a signed agreement for the grant. The state, DNR, is telling us that we were hopeful on June 15th they said now that they are still waiting on National Park Service, and that the new anticipated date for official notification of grant award is July 15th. So it'll take a few days after that. We talked about at the last meeting, it's a very tough position because obviously we want to get the park open as soon as possible, but you hate to give up over $500,000 to get it open a few months earlier. So, been talking to a few other cities, they're having the same issues. I know Lease Summit is facing the exact same issue, and I've heard that they have reached out to their U.S. rep. At this point, I would encourage each one of our park board members to do the same. Our U.S. rep is Sam Graves. The grant was submitted in January of 20. It was awarded in June of 20 or announced. So there, just that one grant alone was $250,000 worth of LWCF grant money that's now holding up literally millions in local monies.
Would you send an email with that timeline, just the major events along that timeline?
That's a great idea.
Quick bullet points, and that way we can make sure we're sharing the correct message.
Absolutely will. Matt and I tried reaching out to the rep of the National Park Service. His name is Joel Lynch. He's the chief of state and local assistance programs at the National Park Service in Washington, D.C. We did get a voicemail back, but he said he had a new number and wasn't sure what it was and would call us back. So we have still yet to hear back, so we'll continue to try to reach out through email through that contact as well.
Have we heard how we're progressing on the 2021 grant?
It's the exact same that it should have been awarded June of this year.
Right.
That one was 250 to 300,000, somewhere in that range, and that was for the additional parking, the family amenities area, the shelters,
Right.
the year-round restrooms, so they'd be year-round, and also the grading for playground areas and that area there. So again, we've received notice from the state that they're waiting for the National Park Service on that one as well. That grant, all we included was those additional amenities, so we could move forward with construction of the whole park and add that at a later date if need be.
That's kind of why we did it that way, right?
Yes.
When we picked how to apply, yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
My initial thought is move forward with what we can when we can.
Agreed. Last, on the new business, new community park sponsorship opportunities.
I think you appointed Chris as the chair of that subcommittee. He said he was hoping to have a meeting. It is Matt, Carrie, and Jason next Tuesday or Thursday, whichever works best with everybody's schedule.
Okay.
Does that sound right? Matt, you were on that too, right? You're on that committee?
Wednesday or Thursday.
Wednesday or Thursday next week.
I can not on Thursday. I should do it on Wednesday, Carrie, what do you like?
I did.
Oh, no, actually, yeah. Can't do it. I'll believe it.
About Tuesday, is that not an option?
Yeah, I could go Tuesday, but you guys go with me, you guys want to get together?
I know
Sorry.
I can't Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday would work for me.
That's if you guys want to get something started, and then
Schedule it via email.
help out however I can. It's not waiting.
I can send out an email too to give you guys an opportunity to check schedules and just
Yeah, do that.
awards, but it's been several years since we've had it.
I believe they still do, I'm not.
She said they do for Main Street, maybe a few others, but not for all of them.
Yeah, I think those are actually appointed people to be on the board.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay. And I may be remembering incorrectly which one, but I thought it was Main Street. But that was, she suggested that, bring it up here.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
They're always welcome,
Said they're all-
every time we work together, one children was in that meeting.
Yeah.
And, Frank Buck was over here.
Yeah. Even though.
The man that David Lee, when he was on the council, he was fantabulous. He was always in meetings too.
Good.
So I don't know what, if any, action we need to take to do that at this point, but
I'll circle back around with the city manager and see what, how Steve suggests we proceed then.
okay.
Thank you.
Just double check on, and it's not in our park plan at this point, just ideas that we had splash pad. Actually sat down with the Lawson city manager earlier this week. I was talking to him about some other stuff, and I'm going to talk to him about the splash pad that Lawson built. They actually got a $200,000 grant for that from some,
LWCF,
yeah.
same as Carney.
Yeah,
Carney.
I was gonna say, Carney had the same thing, and I don't know what Carney's cost, but it was $375,000 to build the one that's in Lawson.
Awesome.
And then they used money that they sold their water rights or something to Alliance or something.
Correct.
For like $4 million, so that's where they got the money.
They put a little campground in the community center.
Oh my God, that's amazing what they've done over the last couple
They
of
did
years.
good.
Yeah, so, just throwing that out there as a figure, that I think Carney's looks similar, so it's probably close to the same.
Yeah, I've been tracking down prices and scopes and that sort of thing, so that when the time comes, we'll have that available. And Lawson's was one of the samples that I received.
So high for what it is. But everything does mean.
I bet there was 50 kids in that thing on Lawson, once I did that.
A huge chunk of it is the recirculation water
Yeah, I'm
system.
sure.
That's just the, like, it can almost cut the price in half if you just have a green away system, but then water costs.
Yeah.
You know, another thing, guys, thanks for the council reappointing me for the next quarter session.
Thank you.
So, I'm starting at 30 now, so I look forward to being on this and seeing these projects through. So, but I don't know if one of you is gonna continue to, go to 40 years, but anyway, I'm looking forward to it. Let's see, what's been longer about the picture next morning.
Maybe we should start taking annual pictures.
Sounds good now. Give us like 15 years, you'll be there going nuts and. Anything else for Ms. Lance? No.
I will make a motion to move us from regular session into executive session regarding real estate.
Second.
Favor?
Roll call.
Sorry. There's something wrong with that.
Okay.
Get your first and get your second. Who's first?
Carrie did the first, but who did the second?
I said
Would you?
motion.
Oh, motion, who did the